I'm Connor Cashel, and I'm a sophomore at Columbia University. I went to Okemo Mountain School for my 7th, 8th, and ninth grade years, and I can say with great confidence that it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. And it was one that had a profoundly positive effect on me as both a student and as a person. From an academic perspective, OMS gave me something that my home school could never do, and that was a one-on-one teacher-student relationship, which was really valuable. I found this to be valuable for two different reasons. The first being that it gave me a real sense of agency over my schoolwork. I came from a big public school setting, and to be totally honest, it was really easy to be complacent with my schoolwork. Having a big classroom meant that I could kind of have a lack of effort, and it was very easy to hide. But there was definitely no hiding at OMS, as I was oftentimes the only student in the classroom, or I had one other kid in the room as well. But being one of two kids in the room really drove me to produce the best work that I could. I didn't want to be embarrassed coming to class unprepared or be in a situation where I didn't put enough effort in, because this teachers, especially in this one-on-one relationship, could really see right through it, even after just a couple of days of getting to know who I was as a student and what I was capable of. So this style of teaching really helped me become a self-starter with my schoolwork, because I really had to be on top of things in order to be fully prepared. Um, I really learned this work ethic from OMS, and it stayed with me, followed me back to my home school, and stays with me even into college. The second important reason that this setup was so valuable was because it gave me opportunities to forge relationship with teachers very, very easily, which you just couldn't do at a big public school without an immense amount of effort. For example, I remember my first year at OMS, I used to sit after class, after the school day was over, for a good bit of time, and play chess with my history teacher almost every day. And it gave me the opportunity to both learn more about the subject that I was learning about in class and also about a lot of other things. These relationships really gave me the opportunity to be a much more well-rounded um, student, and the deviation from the strict curriculum from the public school just gives you that opportunity even more. Um, OMS was a really important experience for me as a person as well, and I think it played a very large role in shaping who I am today. For one, OMS really helped me become a very well-rounded person, both socially and academically, as I touched on a little bit earlier. It was great to have the opportunity to have a whole new group of people to be friends with outside of those from my hometown, just because they offered such different perspectives and experiences than my friends at home. And on top of this, I could add a completely unique experience to build on what my home school was already offering me. It was just so valuable, and the small community setting also helped me develop important social skills. Um, it was a very small community, so you certainly had to learn to find the good in every person, even if you didn't think you got along with them at the beginning or got a bad first impression. You had to work to forge good relationships, but in the end, of course, it was very, very worth it because it made the experience so much more fun. Um, Additionally, it taught me that it was really important to be an active member of the community. We participated in things like the ski swap, or like just the daily cleanups. They really taught me how important it was to pitch in and give back to either your school community or the greater community as a whole. Lastly, it taught me to embrace whatever I was passionate about fully, and to really throw myself into these passions. At the time that I went to Okemo Mountain School, my passion was ski racing, obviously, and there were very few places that I could I could cultivate that passion as much as I could at OMS. It offers a very unique opportunity. I could focus on ski racing in addition to getting a very good education. To ski nearly every day of the winter and have the quality of coaching that OMS offered was just incredible. And like class, um, coaches knew when I wasn't putting as much effort as I could, and they pushed me to always bring my A game. I want to finish by telling a little story that kind of brings all this together. During my history class in eighth grade, we learned about World War One, and I had to do this final project on the topic. And I worked it out with my teacher so that I could do a video project depicting um, something from World War One. So me and a couple of my friends chose to do a little bit of a war reenactment of the trench warfare that existed in World War One. So we grabbed a bunch of snow shovels from the shed and headed out to the parking lot and dug all these trenches. And we essentially just got a bunch of students and had this big snowball fight to represent trench warfare, and have people like charging into the other trenches and getting hit with snowballs. And it was great. It brought a whole new excitement to learning material, and it was also just a terrific bonding time with my classmates, and it was great. recommend OMS highly enough to young kids. It offers such an amazing experience academically, socially, and athletically. I learned so much, made some terrific friends, and I really just had a ball. Thank you so much for listening.